Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we got some pretty major Monster High news because we got to see a first look at a brand new line. I'm pretty excited about this. I've been waiting for this line to be revealed basically ever since we heard about it. It is Skulltimate Secrets Series 6 Hauntlywood Mysteries. These photos were shared by a user on Twitter. I will credit them in the description below. And it may just be the artworks and photos of the dolls in the boxes, meaning we can't see their faces, but I think the artworks alone are pretty promising and basically tell us what we can expect from the dolls. So yeah, just remember to keep in mind though that the artworks are not always 100% accurate to the dolls. Sometimes they do end up looking different in production. So with that in mind, let us begin. So starting off with Catty, this is her second release, so it's pretty exciting to see, you know, her getting a second one. She looks pretty cool from what we can see in the artwork. Unfortunately, we can't really make out what the doll looks like, again, due to the locker obscuring her. Is it a locker? We've been calling this a locker the whole time, but it's really not. I don't know what else to call it, though, so I'm just gonna stick to calling it a locker. I don't really care that much. But yeah, Caddy is wearing mostly pink once again, but this time they balanced it out much better by giving her accents of black, blue, silver, and I almost called the fur white, but I think it's a really pale blue to go with her belt and her broken mirror purse. Overall, though, I think she looks pretty good. We'll go over her artwork in a second, but for now, I'm pretty excited for what she's going to have in store. Next up, we got Frankie, who also has a pretty cool looking outfit. I really like their hair, though. I really like the, blunt separation of the black and white, like them having the white in the front. It seems to be like a pullback hairstyle where the white is pulled back and tied behind their head. It'd also be cool if it was like bangs, but I don't think it's like a big curtain bang or whatever that's called. What would that be called? A curtain bang? I'm not sure. But I like the mostly black hair. I think it's a really good look for them. Kind of reminds me of I Heart Fashion Frankie, if anything, from G1. Once again, we can't really see the doll, but if you zoom in, it kind of looks like they have a side glance, so I'm gonna assume this doll most likely has a side glance. You know, it'd actually be really interesting if Catty had a new screening here, maybe a forward-facing one, but most likely she's gonna have her same screening from her original doll. Once again, we won't know until we get stock photos of the actual dolls and not just their boxes. And then we have Claudine. I am actually pretty blown away by the artwork. I think Claudine might possibly be the best doll of the line. I don't know, her hair looks gorgeous. I really love, how she looks like a G1 doll, really, like the design. I don't know, she's giving G1. She's got the mostly purple. I couldn't remember the word for purple. She's got mostly purple and then gold and black. Those are her main colors that she used to wear back in G1. So it's really nice to see a return to form for her. Because lately they've kind of been mixing up her style all over the place. It seems like they've never really ironed out what G3 Claudine's style is supposed to be, because she definitely flip-flops the most of all the characters. But I do think that this doll is a good step for her. Granted, all the Skulltimate Secrets dolls are supposed to look pretty samey, but I actually like how different these three manage to look from each other, despite having very similar outfit pieces. For example, we've got Catty with a necklace, sunglasses, they've got long gloves, and they all seem to have an off-shoulder look going with the fur coat. Oh my god, Catty's got the broken mirror print on her jacket. That's so pretty. That looks so good. And she's kind of got a Y2K moment going on with the heart belt. I don't know, that looks like something that people would use in Y2K fashion. I'm not actually sure if that's something people wore in the early 2000s because I was busy being a toddler in the early 2000s. So not 100% sure. But if I'm wrong, don't make fun of me, please. As for Claudine, similar to Catty, she's got the long gloves, she's got a belt, she has a big necklace, lots of layers on it. Actually, it kind of looks like it's wrapping around her back too, so it might be part necklace, part thing that wraps around her back. I'm not sure. She's got the off-shoulder look for her jacket as well, and she's got nice gold makeup. I love her hair from what I can see in the artwork, so I'm really hoping that the doll looks like this, because she seems to have a high ponytail going on with a lot of curls. Also, it seems like these dolls are drawn with tinsel in their hair, so we can expect them to have tinsel. By the way, you guys should expect this entire line to use poly, because Skulltimate Secrets always uses poly. I believe the reason for it is because of the lockers. Like, the locker eats up a lot of the budget, which sucks because nobody wants the lockers. Maybe kids like them, I don't know, but personally I throw almost all of them away or donate them. I donate them to the thrift store, but I don't know what the thrift store does with them, so if the thrift store's throwing them out, that's their fault. That's not my fault. But anyway, Claudine looks really, really fun. I don't know, I just really love the way she looks here. She's definitely my favorite from the line right now. I don't know, I just really, really love what she's got going on. She's definitely giving G1 with all the purple and the gold and the black together. It just works for me. It just really, really works for me. Again, the dolls could differ and look different from the artwork, but from what I'm seeing so far, I'm thinking Claudine might end up being my favorite from this collection. And then we have Frankie, who again, I really love them, but the only thing that's not giving is the gold. It's very random. Similar to the others, Frankie once again has sunglasses, a fur jacket that actually is a different cut from the others. Yeah, Frankie's got like puffy sleeves. These two have long sleeves on theirs. Although I guess Caddy's are kind of flare sleeves and Claudine's are also flare sleeves. Why do these two have the same jacket, like the same like silhouette for it, and then Frankie has a different one? I mean, good for them. I'm glad that they're finally starting to mix up the piece design on Skulltimate Secrets, because for a while there, they were basically just making the same doll in different fonts. The most egregious example was definitely both Neon Frights and the like pop star ballerina looking line, Series 4. So Series 3 and 4 suffered from the sameness the most. These three actually feel really distinct from each other. Wait, is Frankie wearing a skirt or pants? Oh, they're wearing a skirt. Why did I think they had pants on? Anyway, I really like the look of this Frankie as well. Once again, I really love what they did with their hair colors, and the makeup looks super promising too. They look kind of like snowy, you know? So that's what confuses me with the belt being gold. It doesn't make sense. They're wearing mostly silver, so giving them a gold belt out of nowhere really just breaks up like the theme that's going on, like the color coordination. So personally, I would probably repaint that. I'm just not a fan of how that looks. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal breaker. I still think I'm gonna like this doll a lot because I just like all of G3 Frankie's dolls. Well, except for Creepover Party. So if you look really closely at this photo of Frankie, you can see that the gloves seem to be fabric. They seem to be a separate piece that you'll be able to remove. And I like that a lot. I would have a clearer photo, but for some reason when I put it into my app to record the video, it gets blurry. But once again, if you zoom in like really close, especially on the left side, where there's like a little gap where you can see Frankie's arm as well as the glove, it looks separate. If it was sculpted on, it wouldn't look like larger like that, you know? It would look more like flesh with the skin because, you know, it would be sculpted on. But we can also see that the finalized belt is gold, which once again just kind of annoys me. We can also kind of see Frankie's face here, and I guess looking at them again, it looks a bit more like a forward-facing glance. It's kind of giving like iridescent in terms of how the face looks. I'm fine with that. I think Frankie slays either a forward glance or a side glance, so either one would have been fine with me. Let's try to see if we can see the others. I don't know if we'll be able to because Frankie just is taller and that's why we can see their face through these little gaps. I can kind of see Claudine's face here, and it looks like she is facing to the left, so it looks like they might be reusing her Monster Fest screening here. The reason that I say it looks like she's facing to the left... Oh wait, no, is she facing forward? Because there's white on, like, the edges of both of her eyes, like a significant amount. Maybe this is our first forward-facing Claudine. It'd be kind of crazy if it was, because, you know, Claudine's only had one screening variant so far and it's facing the other way. It'd be really nice if this is her first, like, forward-facing doll. And then I cannot see anything on Caddy's face. Her face is, like, completely covered. I can't make anything out here. All in all, I think this line is very promising. I like the way the sculpts look from what we can see through the locker, but also the way they look in the artwork, I think should be fairly reflective of what we can expect, you know? I just like the look of these dolls, is what I'm saying. Like, the skirts are really cute. I really like the fur coats. Frankie looking so different from them, like having a different coat, really is surprising to me, but I have to say I like it. I like the look of it. I kind of wish that all three of them had different coats, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't know why I just quoted that. I love this Claudine, though. I'm very, very excited for this doll to come out. Since we have in-box stock photos, I have a feeling that we're going to see out-of-box photos very soon. It wouldn't make sense for us to only have in-box photos for like months on end until these actually come out. So I'm thinking maybe it'll be like a month at most before we get to see full photos of these. It just wouldn't make sense for it to take longer. Wherever these photos came from, I'm sure there's more, they just need to be found. So anyway, I think I'm gonna call it there. We don't really have any other information on the line. It's basically just those 3 photos and a whole lot of zooming in and hoping we can see stuff we're not supposed to yet. I did hear something about Skulltimate Secrets Series 7, like most likely it should release before the end of the year, and it's been speculated so far that the lineup will feature Spectra. Most likely Draculaura is going to be back. They cannot resist putting her in these lines. I'm surprised that they did for this one. So I'm thinking that the lineup is going to be Draculaura, Spectra, and maybe, just maybe, Toralei. I'm gonna lock in Toralei as my prediction, not because she's my favorite character, but because it's been a while since she's had a Skulltimate Secrets doll. Twyla had one in the Neon Frights wave, and then she got a new one in the Garden Mysteries wave. Since Toralei sells fairly well, she's one of the highest selling characters from what we've seen, it looks like she is a pretty good candidate to be in the line. If not Toralei, then I guess another Frankie or a Claudine. Or who knows, maybe a Cleo or a Laguna. I'd actually really like it to be Laguna. Laguna needs more dolls. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and feel free to tell me what your predictions are for Skulltimate Secrets Series 7. Once again, we currently know nothing about it. Feel free to guess what characters you think in it, or even guess what you think the theme might be. I think that'd be a fun little discussion to have. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I hope to see you in my next one.